Hey guys, and welcome to Summoner's War. We're gonna try doing some phone apps here, just for fun of it. I just was interested in recording them and seeing how they worked. I haven't done a phone app before, obviously. If you're a fan of my channel, you kind of know that. So there's a couple, so just if you don't know what Summoner's War is here. Summoner's War is a game where you get these little creatures and you use them on a team. So you summon them through here, you use scrolls to summon them, and then you get creatures with various abilities. Oh wait, we'll just go to the monster, it'll be the best way to explain it. But, so we'll quickly hit our monsters here, and I have several interesting monsters here. So, this is a monster I got from a legendary scroll. But, so, it has probably quite a bit more impressive stats than some of the other creatures, but that's because it's much rarer. So, oh, and this creature's getting a big boost from, what are they called, runes. I don't have runes on my other creatures because I just started this. I just wanted to see it was cool before I recorded it. So, this fairy's not as good actually as some of the other stuff I have. So, actually, it's probably better than this thing. I should swap these two out. I've been using the mystical witch, but she's not, because I'm at the point where not a lot of people are using these abilities, and the but the healing's pretty much useless. Not very useful as well, because the ability, what I was getting at is abilities are what important. So, our Siphid has Fury Cut, so damage and 30% to do continuous damage for 3 turns, which is very good. We got Fiery Tomato, attacks all enemies, which is huge. Increases attack bar of 20% for all other allies. That's amazing. It's probably definitely the best ability. And then Sacrifice. So it deals damage to the Siphid, but it heals all the other creatures to full health. So I guess that could make it the fairy good, because then the fairy could heal the Siphid. So I guess that makes a good combination, because it would lose some health to recover everybody to full, and use the fairy to heal it back up. So I guess that's fine. So, also, a lot of these creatures have leader skills. That's why I don't like some of these fairies, because they all have leader skills, and then they don't have a more useful skill. But, but, neither here nor there, so our fairy doesn't have a third ability, which is the other reason it kind of sucks, but I guess neither does our witch, so. You can boost them, so if you awaken them, it will get a new skill, so. That's how you get them new skills. So he doesn't have his leader skills, so happy it all matched with fire, so. They have attributes. You can also see their main abilities up here. So you'd see what they're good at, what they're kind of going for. So support, offense, support abilities. So, but we'll keep going through. But awakening is kind of a higher level thing. But yeah, awakening, you get a strength and skill. So you have to get these things from dungeons. So we're not quite to that point yet, but I think we will be eventually here. So we've kind of gone through here. She has a useful leader skill, 20% resistance of all LA creatures. But I actually like this one. I guess the reason I was using the witch, but I guess it's not the end of the world. Just the reason I like the witch is because her leader skill increases attack power for all LA monsters in the arena. So. But this, I guess, is only in the arena. So when we're doing quests, we should have to be using her, because the arena is just a certain part of the game. So it's partly limiting. So, also, if you want to know something's element, it's right there. So we're actually using a lot of fire creatures. You want to use, however, various elements, because it kind of works as a triangle. Consider this a triangle here. This is fire, so fire, water, and wind. So fire burns water, fire burns wind. Wind breaks water. And water hurts fire. And then if they're not connected, they're kind of indirectly do some damage. So like water does a little bit extra to wind, but very little water does, I can't remember how that works, but the off, pretty much whatever is your off stat, you do less damage to. So explain it this way: fire does less damage to water, but more. I can't remember. Oh, yeah. Now that I know how this works, I hadn't actually thought about it before the video. So fire does normal damage to fire. Fire does double damage to wind, but half as much damage to water. That's how it works. Or some varying thing, but pretty much your same type, regular, weak type you do more, and then obviously if you're weak to, you do less, which makes sense. So the witch summons a crow to attack the enemy and inflicts continuous damage for 1 turn. Freezing is really useful because it makes the opponent can't attack at all. So the fairy is actually probably better than the witch. Plus I already got runes on it. Even though they're crappy 1-star runes, I guess we can keep the fairy around, especially if we're just doing those regular quests. So the Charger Shark. The Charger Shark is my favorite I have. He has Lunge and Wave, which is amazing. You perform a lunge attack, increase critical for 1 turn. Okay? Then you have Incapacitate. Does 50% damage to all, deals damage to all enemies, and 50% chance to decrease attack power, with 50% chance to decrease their attack speed, which is amazing. Then lastly, he has Wave Harpoon, which attacks an enemy 3 times, has a 75% chance to weaken any defense for 2 turns. So it's like 3 lunge and wave attacks, but just better. It's amazing. It's really, really good. So the other one we use is I think we use the high level. I haven't actually played that much. We can have 4 creatures, being a 3 in battle. So actually, if we're gonna use all fire, if I use 3, so what's her technology? Shit. Enemy with attacks strong enough to split the earth. Ignores enemy defense. Yeah, that's really good. And her regular one just attacks with chance to burn for 3 turns. So yeah, I guess if we're doing just the main area, we could use these 3. I haven't actually, like I just started playing this, so I'm still figuring out stuff, which you guys will learn with me. So, but in the end, so, okay. I'm not sure what type that is. I'd have to look it up. So yeah, she's actually. So the only thing is she doesn't get a boost, but that's 50%. Actually, probably will switch up how I do things. Because the witch is really bad, and this is pretty good. So, okay, well, I've figured out a new way to do things. But anyway, the Amazon has accurate shot, attacks accurately at 30% chance of getting a critical hit, which is pretty amazing. Piercing hit. Harrison inflicts damage proportionate to the enemy's max HP. So that's more good for if I'm attacking higher level people. Because it's a percent attack, it's not a damage based attack. Which is pretty sweet. And then Wind Shoot. I'm pretty impressed with Wind Shoot. Attacks enemies with arrows of high velocity. Each arrow has a 50% chance to prevent the target from using a skill with cooldowns for 1 turn. So, it's pretty sweet. You can pretty much stop your opponent from using special abilities. So, yeah. So, runes are a thing I'm going to explain in a separate video. Well, I'll quickly explain it, then we'll do a whole video on it. You can get I'll go here, so I can explain better. So, each rune does different things. Energy runes give HP, speed, rage is critical, endure is resistance, despair is stun resistance, violence is extra turn, will is immunity, avenge is counter attack, guard is defense, middle is critical rate, focus is accuracy, fatal is attack, vampire is life drain, nemesis is attack gauge plus 4%. So pretty much the more damage you take, the more damage you do. And shield. Yeah, LA shield for 3 turns. I'm not sure how those work too much yet. Pretty much each slot has a basic thing it does. For example, the first slot's always attack, as you see, and then it gets whatever bonus is from this. See, this is a health rune, we know, because it's E, energy is health. And then we get attacks, this is attack slot. The more of the same runes you get set effects. I'm not sure where it says, oh yeah, 2 set. 15% HP. So you get a bonus to 50% for every 2 sets you have. So Swift, you need a 4 set. So it just tells you how many in that set you need. Blade is a 2 set. Fatal, I think, is a 4 set. So you want to make sets. This is kind of the first one I did, so I hadn't figured out how the sets worked yet. I just plug in runes. And the thing is, they give you exactly this number of runes for your first creature anyway. So it's kind of misleading. But that's why this thing has such a big bonus to health. If you go to info, you can see it has a huge bonus to health and not that big a bonus to the other skills. But the other thing that's really important is that percentage increases. In this game, your percentage increases are your most important increases. So the first slot, the third slot, and the 5th slot all just give base increases. See, 12% health, 12 attack, 12 defense, and 40 health. There's a little bit different things here. That's just because I've upgraded the runes. And I think it has more to do with the rune itself than it does whatever's here. But I'm not sure. Haven't really experimented too much with that. So then the second ones that are important, 2nd, 5th, and 6th are important because they give percentage. So this is a percentage to defense. Very important. Because you can get a percent, I'm just an attack percent. So 4% attack. If you look at, I don't even have that big of a monster, but 4% of my attack is 4 attack here. So at this level 6 monster that's crappy, it's already getting 4 attack from the percent. Or is that with 1%? Yeah. Just over 4%. It'd be actually like 5 attack. Yeah, 5 attack with a 4%. At this crappy monster, I'm already almost exceeding this number of attack. When this monster gets bigger, it's going to be obviously even better. It'll get more attacks. So I think it records when I pull this down, so try not to do that in future videos. So anyway, and then so defense, percentage attack, and I'm not sure if this one is. Don't think that'd be another attack rune, but I think it. I'll have to figure what that is. Like I said, I haven't played that much. Oh god, that's kind of annoying. So that's kind of the basic stuff here to know what the I don't want this to be too long, so I think that's the basics. I'll explain a little bit more later on about and some other stuff. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks for coming out.